Oh my lord. Okay, that's an Iron Cross. Folks, an Iron Cross is a gymnastics move that most of us can't do. And I'll tell you why most of us lifters can't do it. Hey folks, Dr. Mike here for RP Strength. I am a former professor of exercise and sports science. I am a competitive bodybuilder who has a 0-5 record or something, and a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, former powerlifter and all kinds of stuff, and current balding Russian man. But enough about me. There is a better, also sort of a little bit balding, even more Russian, even more man, Andrey Smaev, or however Americans pronounce his name. I'm not even sure if I got it in Russian because I was 7 years old when I left Russia. And my Russian is that of a 7-year-old child who never really grew up, kind of like Peter Pan, but with nothing to offer, no magical island. Scott, magical islands don't sound the same after the whole Epstein thing, huh?
Yeah. Avoid the magical island.
Don't follow Peter Pan anywhere. Folks, Andrey Smaev is freaky, and he's out there, and he might be thinking about you. And if you haven't thought about him, you had better watch this video to see what the hell is going on in Russia, other than global conflict, of course. I've said too much already. 3, 2, 1, roll camera.
At just 26 years old.
Alrighty, we go. What is just 26 years old? That's a grown man, bro. Most Olympic weightlifters are damn near half retired by 26. Though I will say, to counter my own point, Jesus, Mike, what's wrong with you? In bodybuilding, you typically don't accrete to your maximum levels of muscle size until your late 30s or even early 40s. So if he continues to stay safe and responsibly use performance enhancers and eat well, he could get substantially bigger than he already is. That's weird to say because, yeah, shit's gonna get weird, you guys. Everything different in Russia. Yes.
This behemoth stands an imposing 186 centimeters tall.
Pause. Scott, I couldn't hear what that height measurement was because bald eagles were screeching and informed me that we don't deal in centimeters around here, brother. It's feet and inches. Woo! Max, have fun with this one. Woo! What is that in the feet and inches there?
They say 186 centimeters. That's 6 feet 1 inch.
6 feet 1 inch. I'm 5'2". Man, that's 11 inches taller than me. Holy crap. But how much does he weigh?
And weighs in at a staggering 150 kilograms of pure muscle.
Okay, that's a lot. 330 pounds at 6'1". Dems is big, boys. And nobody playing. All right, that's a huge dude. And also his shape is kind of freaky. Scott, we'll get to see these lifts again, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, great, because there's lots to criticize here already. Did I say criticize? I meant praise. Finally, Scott, we're doing someone Russian on the channel. You guys might not know this, but my family and I immigrated. I was born in Moscow, Russia in 1984. 1991, when I was 7 years old, we came to America. It's been great ever since. I'm an American citizen, and I love the United States considerably more than I love myself. And that's saying something, ego-driven as I am. But Russia was an interesting place. Awesome people, awesome heritage, unfortunate current and past forever leadership, which is why we don't live there anymore. But Russian people are dope. They have mega vibes. And if you think you're strong, there's a good reason to think that like someone in Russia who's probably a 10-year-old girl is stronger than you. That's what I've learned from painful experience. And I'm not counting myself either. I'm not one of those Russians that got that strong. So this is going to be sweet. And I get to share a bunch of my Russian accents and characters with you guys. Scott, you know I have a whole Rolodex of Russian people, right?
Of course.
There's Valery, the Miami mob boss guy. My name Valery. You need something? Valery take care of you, yes? I have Svetlana. She's hilariously also in Miami, but she's like a club girl. Like she's the girl that's on the yachts with the oligarchs. Like, oh my God, Hanya, Miami white powder the best. I went to Vegas. They gave shit to me. I was like, what the f? I wouldn't even put this up my you-know-what. Like, seriously, you invite me on your yacht, it better be Colombia only or I'm walking right off yacht. I don't care. Gucci shoes so expensive, they walk on water, huh? Yeah? Ooh, Svetlana. Hey, will they get us for Russian swearing?
Yeah.
You better bleep that shit out I just said. All right, we got a video here of him. God, that scares the living crap. Scott, does that freak you out? That instability at the top bench press thing?
Yeah, with that much weight.
A lot of responsibility for my man Yuri over there spotting him. 305 kg, 672 pound raw bench press. Okay, so kind of like a touch and bounce, soft lockout. No, hard lockout, pretty good. Some interesting equipment. I would say this converts to like a competition raw bench of around 600 pounds, maybe a little bit more. I mean, like, you guys, the number of people that bench 600 pounds raw ever is like, I don't know, like order magnitude, like hundreds, less than 100 maybe, maybe a little bit more. It's just unbelievable strength. I mean, you have 25-inch arms, some shit makes sense, but his chest is also grotesque. This is just absolutely wild stuff. And right, he touched his chest and everything. He's got like, I think, knee wraps on his elbows, which you would be like, dude, why would you do that? Because his arms are literally the size of a muscular person's legs. And I know people say that as like, oh, just like a comedic exaggeration. Like, I'm not exaggerating. And how many of you guys watching, me included, can even squat 600 pounds to depth? Well, very few, except for you. That's right, you watching, you're the man. 700 for reps, I know you. No, keep it up, big dog. But you'd be like, oh my God, like, what kind of legs does it take to squat 600 plus for reps or even for a single? Well, what this man has on his arms. Just about that simple. We have a row machine, a gigantic Russian man with gorilla arms, 210 kilograms on the row machine, one arm at a time, and a woman of reproductive age. Scott, what level of rude, a 1 to 10, do you consider it when someone's sitting on the machine you're trying to work out on? Lady, yeah. We can all share. You don't have to butt in here. Let me do my set, then you can do whatever, okay? You're making a scene, let's not. But he was like, I'll just fudge it and fudge her and let's just row anyway. Whatever, fudge away. Let's do it. Let's fudge. Good God. Good God. Eccentric control on the way down. Wild. Good stretch at the bottom. I mean, honestly, could he grab more at the top to get range of motion? Yes. Could he pull farther in? Yes. Could he like lower it a little bit slower at the very bottom and not tip off? Yes. Did one of those plates fall off when they were showing off? Yes. Is that girl now concerned that the plate's falling off and maybe she's next? Also yes. But this is just super, super impressive. This is crazy. And the fact that he's doing this with regular straps is maybe the most baffling thing, because as you use regular straps, they tend to kind of loosen every single rep, and then you're on like little tippy fingers there and kind of doing one of them cliffhanger shits. That's no good. Because to be completely honest, if he was using VersaGrips, which is our sponsor for this video and a huge ally of ours, and there's a discount code, VersaGrips, whatever the discount code is, and there's a link in the description below to buy, then any amount of weight and any number of women of reproductive age he could have had on there would not have been impressive, because as many of you already know, there is a periodic table of elements, and all the 100 and whatever 20 odd elements and a couple ones that just appear for a little while and then go away, and colliders and stuff. But VersaGrips is actually made of an as yet unquantifiable, unidentifiable material not on the table of periodic elements. It crashed into a moon of Jupiter. One of our space programs brought it back. They tested it to absurdity. They were like, we don't really know what to use this for. Nothing should be this high in friction and actually able to generate its own power for you, modify you in and out, and make you a super intelligent, hyper vigilant machine intent only on hypertrophy. And they're like, yeah, it was 1960. They're like, we don't even know what hypertrophy is. Put it away. And then guess what? The founders of VersaGrips found them, put them into a VersaGrip shape, and now you get the best gripping tool of your life. So if you happen to be in a former Eastern Bloc nation and a woman challenges you, say, I bet you can't throw me on this machine, Kanye, you're not strong enough. But if you can, maybe you can get the taste. Yes, Scott, put it away. Hey, there's no real woman here, just me doing the impression.
There is in my mind.
Yes, excellent. If that happens to you, then you could just get yourself some Versa grips, pimp, and you well on your way. You know what I'm saying? You'll have a mail order bride in no time. You'll have a couple kids, and it'll be like you'll living in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? It's snowing outside. It's December. You just got home from work Thursday night late. You're tired. You open a door. And Ksusha's standing there and she's like, oh my God, honey, you're so late. Why are you late all the time? What are you doing at work? It's not like you have an important job that makes us money. Anyway, when are we going back to Miami and the China White again? That'll be you, pimp. That's what you wanted, remember? Russian girls, right? Fun, right? Reverse curls with 330 pounds. Wow. I will say, like, just that screen cap right there, the morphology of his arm is wacky. The roundness, fullness, and peak of the bicep. He weighs 330, except he has clearly separated delts, triceps, and biceps. The tricep puffiness, the form. Also, Scott, you notice, look at the size of that mitt on his fudging hand.
Yeah.
He would fudge you into 100 pieces if he hit you. I mean, not you, you're the man. Me, he would beat the crap out of. And his face right there has that like brooding, Ivan the Terrible Tsar energy, Ivan Grozny type of shit going on here. I love it. I mean, look, like, am I going to do the usual BS exercise scientist crap of like, this is not really an exercise? Yes. No, it's not. Is it dope gym vibes inside of a cage surrounded by interested men with also high testosterone on cellular telephones? Yes. It reminds me of an odd time I did a game show in North Korea, but I'll tell you guys about that some other time. Scott, you remember that?
I do.
It's weird.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, wacky. This is the kind of stuff like, if you say like, yeah, but those are cheat reps, like heard and accepted and true, but like, man, I can't do that. I can't cheat that. Bro, 330 pound deadlift. I'd be like, am I supposed to do this for a few reps? This is heavy. This is nuts. This is nuts. Totally different level. Also, didn't even know you could put 330 pounds on a fudge and curl bar for the fudge of God. Scott, how's the fudge coming along?
I mean, you can swear still. We just got to bleep it.
I like to get the meaning across, you little fudger, you fudging over there with your editing, fudging, or whatever you do. Also, and this is going to be lame, but I got to throw in a little bit, at least one of these things. You guys see that red plate on there? And then you see a blue plate and a yellow plate. Blue and yellow should mean something in the context of Russia, huh? Slavo Ukraine. Not to make it political, but legit, there's only one correct side of this. Anyway, nothing to do with the Russian people. Все наши. You guys are dope. Ruski duch. All right. Folks, there is still more video to come, but if you want to come even harder, there's a members video where there's longer, uncut, more XXX and all that other stuff. Actually, the video is like roughly double the length. There's tons of other videos we have in the members section. It costs a little bit of money, but you get huge value. Give it some thought. If not, no big deal, but click on the members to join and let's get back to the video. Oh my Lord. Okay, that's an iron cross. Folks, an iron cross is a gymnastics move that most of us can't do. And I'll tell you why most of us lifters can't do it. I don't have a reason. If I was talking to an advanced AI like ChatGPT and it goes, hey, Mike, why can't you do the iron cross? My reason isn't so much logical as it is the insertion of a meme as an answer. And the meme is like, yeah, man, but gymnasts don't have big legs and they all weigh 120 pounds, bro. I'm out here stacked up weighing 230 and shit. Can't do that iron cross nonsense. You got to be one of those calisthenics little guys, you know what I'm saying, that people mistake for children when we're outside. And that's it. And ChatGPT is like, no, seriously, like logically, why can't you do it? And I'm like, because I'm not a real man. I'm not that strong. But that I'm too big to do it reason, it really hits the soul. You guys, it really tells me like, no, you're still okay. It's just not for you. Like if I'm out at the club or something and I see a guy that's taller and better looking and wealthier and more famous and has more girls, I can at least tell myself, well, I bet he's not balding like me. I got something on him. And Andrey Smaev at 330 pounds being able to do an iron cross, but just like violates all of the known understandings. It's like if you watch an ant like crawl up a wall, you're like, what the hell? I guess in microscopic scales, the rules are kind of different. But if you watch an elephant crawl up the wall, you're like, I took way too much acid yesterday and I'm still high. That's nuts, bro. Scott, why are you showing me this shit? You trying to make me feel bad about myself or something?
And me. And everyone.
The subtitle should be everyone should feel bad about themselves. All right, we got dips. And since you guys, Andrey has a problem. He wants to get a great tricep workout. And unfortunately, he probably in Russia does not have access to the RP Hypertrophy app. Removes all uncertainty and makes the training process precisely defined. Choose your pre-made workout plan from dozens available in the app, plug in your weights, and the app takes care of the rest for months of productive training. Ready? Click on the link in the description of this video to get started. Thank you, Max. So he's trying to train his triceps, no RP Hypertrophy app, and he just doesn't have enough body weight to really get him a challenge. You guys know once you got your body weight, you're good to go. He only has 330 pounds of himself to do dips with. But when you can bench 600 raw, I guess you need extra weight. So we're adding 220 pounds on a belt because, you know, some things are just better done by a real man. Let's see what's going on again. Knee wraps on his elbows, which are really elbow sleeves when your elbows are the size of people's knees. And I do not mean that jokingly, literally. That's good depth. Scott, that's good depth, bro. God.
It's deeper than you would expect.
It's way deeper than you would expect. How you've said that to a few people before. Eh? I mean, right there, it's the camera angle doing him dirty a little bit because that's significantly below parallel. You point that camera up high enough, man, and it makes everything look shallow. This is legit. And honestly, he might be so bound up with his enormous back and traps, this might be as low as he goes. Also, his biceps touching his forearm, so there's literally just nowhere to go at this point. Could he maybe stretch it a little bit lower? I don't know, sure, but like, if you're breaking parallel with dips, man, I ain't mad at you. Who am I quoting, Scott? Tupac? Yes. Mr. Shakur?
Yes.
Da-na-na-na-na-da-da-da. I'm
gonna get hit with that copyright. That's such an accurate rendition of the song.
We're laughing about it now, and then we get hit. You're like, dude, honestly, okay, good job, but you just screwed up our whole video. Someone's like, why did they copyright? Oh, Mike is Tupac. I never died, fellas. You feel me? Ain't bullets gonna hit me. I mean, they hit me, but I ain't gonna die from the shit. You heard me? But as soon as I got shot up, I had a lot of cosmetic surgery, the whole Michael Jackson thing. And I was like, you know, man, I'm just gonna go back to being a little kid and then like an awkward high schooler and then the sports scientist. I'm Tupac. You're welcome. Machiavelli lives. Andrusha, bratan. My man, listen, unbelievable mega respect, just wild physique, insane strength, obviously clearly dedication. I love that he's like humble and stuff, you know, like all kinds of different cool characters. Not everyone has to be humble. Me, I'm the best person of all time at everything. So I'm including humility. But Andrey seems like a really cool dude, man. He has an Instagram. Right?
He does.
Yes.
He does. That's where I found some of that stuff.
We'll throw in his Insta, and maybe he's on YouTube, maybe not. If you guys can find it, that'd be dope. Give him a follow. Give him a like or two. Send him a DM of something obscene from your body anatomy. Please don't do that. I'm totally kidding. Andrusha, I gotta know when to stop joking. In any case, I mean, Soviet era freak. Out of 10 is my rating. And I wish Andrey and everyone in Russia the best of luck, best wishes. And yeah, depending on when this comes out, hopefully this whole war thing can be over with so we can all do what the Russian people are really the best in this world at, partying together. See you guys next time. Folks, that was super fun. I guess I'm not remotely big enough to be a real Russian man, yes? But this video right here, if you click on it, you might become a bear that drinks vodka and flies like a rocket to outer space. See you guys next time.